Another day and another crisis for Rishi Sunak's campaign team as a leaked video has now exposed his plans to move public funds from urban to rural areas. Oh dear God, hello everybody, welcome to the channel. The first video of the day. We're going to come to you guys every half an hour with updates. But it hasn't been an easy day for Rishi Sunak. It hasn't been an easy week actually for both Rishi Sunak and Liz Truss. Both campaigns have been damaged on various issues. But in this video, we're going to talk about what happened this morning. A leaked video was published by the New Statesman, the left-wing paper and website of Rishi Sunak, attending a gathering of Conservative Party members in Tunbridge Wells, a lovely rural area in a very nice sunny day. And in this video, he said something that was a bit oopsie, a little bit whoopsie. So you might have already heard the story, but I'm going to tell you the biggest problem with what we're about to watch. Let's watch the video first.
From all of you, I managed to start changing the funding formulas to make sure that areas like this are getting the funding that they deserve, because we inherited a bunch of formulas from the Labour Party that shoved all the funding into deprived urban areas. Then that needed to be undone. I started the work of undoing that. I made sure as Chancellor across government, not only do we increase local government funding.
Oh dear, so not a good look. Absolutely not a good look. But the issue for Rishi Sunak is clearly his team are not too competent, because this issue has been out for, well, all day now and last night. They still haven't really addressed it properly. By the time I obviously upload this video afterwards, they might have addressed it. But so far, this morning and this afternoon, nothing. And it's not really that difficult to address, is it? So, on the one hand, he's talking about the funding formulas, like the Barnett formula and all these issues. So, yeah, we can talk about reforming them. I get it. I absolutely understand the problem. Now, let's just say what he means is there's been a lot of funding going to deprived urban areas, and we have to focus also on deprived rural areas. But he didn't say that, did he? So if they're very good at at spinning the PR disasters, then they could just come out and say that. But they didn't do that, and that's the biggest issue that we have. And you wonder why. A lot of people are kicking off because Liz Truss has come out. Team Truss responded to this crisis, saying leveling up isn't about pitting one area of the country against another, or laying dividing lines between urban versus rural, towns versus cities. It is about unleashing growth and making sure every individual has the chance to thrive. That's spot on. I mean, I've been very critical of this whole concept of leveling up in terms of the PR slogan. It's just wishy-washy. Boris Johnson's government have been doing it for a couple of years now, a few years. But the true version of it means actual free market capitalist, market-based economy and solutions that are not completely centralized. So you don't have to really compare rural to urban. You don't have to compare north to south. You don't really have to compare Wales to Scotland. You just simply unleash the growth opportunities for all areas, regardless of what they are, regardless of where you come from, what your background is. All about where you're going. And the same applies to towns and cities and villages. That's a simple thing. So that's my biggest problem with Rishi Sunak's rhetoric. It's not necessarily, oh, he actually meant to say deprived rural areas, not just rural areas. That's not the problem. The problem is he's still talking about urban and rural. And this is going to continue to damage the Tory party even more, because it's just a bad look. That you guys are out of touch. You're standing there in the sun with all your Tory friends in Tunbridge Wells, and it's not a good look. It's just not a good look. But we are going to come back in half an hour to talk about Keir Starmer. He's been making a mess as well. And they're also Sky News. They're biased Sky News during last night's Tory leadership debate. But before we go, shameless plug. We do have our new anti-globalist merchandise, the Build Back Britain. The link is in the description. It's a massive thank you to one of our subscribers who actually came up with the design. She's a graphic designer, Anna. I'm going to put the link in the description for Anna's contact details if you guys want to obviously use Anna for graphic design, whatever you need. I do need your help, actually. If I could please ask a favor, where as you guys know, we are in the process of sorting out our upcoming tour around the country, which is going to be called Build Back Britain Tour. And we're going to go around. It's going to be a very meaningful set of events where we're going to build a grassroots community and campaign for all of us to get involved. But I thought I'm struggling. I mean, here I can't really sort everything out on my own, because we've had some issues with some venues. They don't really like to say yes to a right-wing YouTuber, so they've been cancelled a number of times. So I need a favor. If you are either in London, well, definitely in London and definitely Manchester for now, and then I'm going to come to you guys in Cardiff as well. Actually, to be fair, anyone in Manchester, Cardiff or London, if you guys know a venue that we could use, so we could actually get people to sit down and I could make, we could speak, make a speech and everything else, get in touch. Regardless of capacity, just give me some options. If you can, DM me on either Twitter or Getter. I'm going to put both my Twitter handle and Getter in the description. It's just my full name, Maya Tousi. If you want to help build this movement and community, then you got to help me out, because I keep getting cancelled by venues. It's not really easy being a right-wing YouTuber in this country. So if you know anyone, please let me know. DM me on Twitter or Getter. Subscribe to the channel. We're going to come back in half an hour. I'm Maya Tousi, and we are the media.